How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? All ready for this? Now, I got obviously a little bit confused because I thought this was the live reaction of the first time Cobra Kane went into the court over these allegations. However, this is not. This is the second time. This happened last night, which I didn't realise. So, trigger warnings there, guys, because this is going to be extremely triggering. There's obviously been some very serious allegations thrown around over Cobra Kane and vulnerable women, young women as well. Now, the live I saw where he first went on this court to defend himself, it was very gaslighting. There was a lot of things that were said that made me go, what? You know what I mean? It was very concerning. So, let's see what happened when he came back to try and clear it up again, I suppose.
Person, none of you know TT, okay? All you know is what she said about me. That's all you know. None of you know who she is as a person, where she comes from, her life, her background, how much of a psycho she is.
People always say that, but is this somebody that you were in a relationship with? Like, I assume you knew that when you were dating them or doing whatever.
All that stuff you don't know about her, okay? I would incline you to go and do some homework on her, and I guarantee you'll find some bits on her, and you'll start realizing that she's not who she says she is, okay? All right? She has her own stuff going on. I'll get to all those things in a bit. But basically, with this situation is, a lot of people are saying she's very vulnerable.
A lot of shelves, this man. Not a lot on it. I mean,
and you knew she was vulnerable, so you took advantage of her and all that. You're a big man, you should know better. Now let me clear that up.
This is the clear case of letting somebody talk and dig their own grave.
Right now, yeah? What person do you know on this planet that you can meet for the first time ever and automatically know that they have issues or they're vulnerable in any way whatsoever? When they come to you...
Well, there definitely is situations where you can do that. There are definitely situations where you can immediately see that somebody's vulnerable. Maybe don't try and... I'm trying to think of the YouTube safe way to say this, because I'm probably going to re-upload this on YouTube. Probably don't smash the first time you see somebody or enter into a relationship the first time you see somebody. Maybe get to know them. But then you're saying that you did get to know them and they were vulnerable and they had this background and and it didn't seem to stop you.
Normal, perfectly normal and perfectly polite, and they seem like a really nice person and you get along with them and they come along, you know. The first day you meet someone, you never know anything about them. It takes time to get to know somebody. Am I right?
So don't smash.
Or am I wrong? I don't need you to answer to me because I know I'm right. Okay?
Spoken like a true narcissist like that. I mean, I'm not saying he is, because obviously I can't really diagnose anyone, but I don't need you to answer these questions because I'm telling you I'm right.
So,
you've got a pen here, don't you?
Yeah, that's fine. All I know is when you meet someone...
I don't want to interrupt, that's all.
Yeah, when you meet someone for the first time, you don't know who they are. So you can't sit here and say to me, oh, you took advantage of a person that was vulnerable, because I didn't know that person was vulnerable.
But you did take advantage. I think you want to think about how you're phrasing your sentences here.
Okay, so that's the fact to just clear that up and make that clear to everyone. Okay? Now,
That's okay.
Now, when I first met TT,
isn't Cobra like nearly 50 as well? Which I'm surprised at. Man looks good for 50, but
it was through TikTok. Okay, it was through TikTok Live. We met on TikTok Live. Just a bit of bantering, whatever. And then we ended up exchanging phone numbers after the TikTok Live. We ended up meeting each other in person.
He's in his late 40s. Is this the girl that was really young as well?
She ended up coming to my house.
Like we're talking a teen.
She ended up staying in my house and stuff like that. For a couple of nights, we had a bit of fun. We didn't have sex for the first few nights.
Jesus. You know what that is? That's a power dynamic. So what you're saying is she was a fan and you linked up. There's a power dynamic straight away that's off about that.
nights that we were there. It was, yeah, obviously my intention was to, you know, have sex with her and stuff like that. And she was 24 years old at the time, and was technically, we were just having a laugh. We were just meant to have a general laugh and a bit of banter and a good night. That's what it was meant to be. Now, she stayed at my house for a few nights. We got along really well. Then she showed me about her living situation, which I learned about after a few days. I learned that she was in a hostel, refuge hostel type of place or whatever. And this is when I learned about her baby father and all that, and how she's having a lot of serious, very serious DV issues with her baby father.
Do you know what this strikes of? Trying to condemn somebody and make them sound like they're absolutely horrendous. Who is Koba? He's a rapper. He's like the Weird Al Yankovic of TikTok rappers. And basically just raps about people on TikTok. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's some of the songs, I've reacted to a few of the songs. They're alright, they're funny, but you wouldn't exactly add them to your playlist. You'll be listening to them over and over again. It's just, you listen, it's funny, that's it. Makes her sound like she was chasing him. Yeah, but, you know, I'm not saying Cobra is a predator because there's no evidence, but a lot of predators use the same arguments. A lot of predators use the same arguments or the same defences in this sort of situation. I don't sound very well. I'm just tired, Jen, I'm just tired. Thank you, though, for... Do I look like shit, too? Yeah, exactly, Grace.
And stuff. She told me about all this, and she told me she wasn't seeing her baby father anymore. Her baby father's not in her life. He's not allowed to be in her life because she has a case going on with her baby father and that, and the social services and all that. And they stated that if she sees him at all, or rings him, or talks to him at all, or has any contact with him.
Well, that makes it sound like the ex-partner is the danger, not her. Like, the social would have took the kid off her if she was the issue. Okay.
This will jeopardise her visits with her daughter. She has visits with her daughter on a weekly basis. I don't know.
Oh, she has visitation. Oh, thank goodness somebody hit a gift goal during this serious conversation.
About nowadays, but back then it was on a weekly basis. And,
and another one. Oh, nice.
And the visits with her daughter would be jeopardised if she had any contact with him. Yeah? And she had to be supervised every week to see her own daughter. She's got 3 children, but she's only allowed to see one of them.
But you knew all this? Like, I really don't understand that this happens when people separate and move on all the time, where they go, well, what you don't know is this person was the... Well, you did know. You did know. And you continued to sleep with them, be in a relationship with them, do whatever. Like, it's only when the grapes have gone sour that you start throwing this around as it's a problem with their character now, but it wasn't a problem with their character when you were getting your little shrinkle dinkle wet, was it?
That's due to whatever she's done in the past and whatever. That's nothing to do with me. So basically, what we've done.
It's really bugging me how many shelves he has, and he just has nothing on them. Like, mate, you didn't need to buy the shelving units. Did you think you were going to be littered with trophies, awards for your music or something? Like, the bare shelves.
We've gone to her hostel place, wherever it is, because she said...
Exactly, Grace.
Said that she needs to go and pick up... She needs to go from one place to another place. She was moving out of one hostel to another one. So I helped her get all her stuff from one place. I helped her move it from one place and drove and put it in the next place. When we got to this next place was horrible. It was so...
Fuck me. He just sounds like a... You know what I mean?
Surrounded by, proper horrible people that are at the lowest of the lowest. I don't want to say too much on here, but you know the kind of people I'm talking about? They were the lowest of the lowest kind of people, yeah? She was too scared to stay there. She didn't want to stay there.
It's a nice bookcase, but it just looks like he's just thrown stuff down when he's been walking past or something. Like, there's the limited things that are on the bookshelf are not even impressive.
The first day we got there was police at the door. Like, police had been called that there was an incident there. The first day we got there, she looked desperate. Like, she didn't want to stay there, stuff, and
so vulnerable. So yeah, desperate, in a desperate situation, and you could be the knight in shining armor with the love bombing. Yeah.
She was meant to stay there that night, but I said to her, "Stay at mine, innit? You know, I've got a big house. You know, you stayed at my house for a couple of nights already. You might as well stay at mine. No big deal."
Big house. It's things like this where, like, these are like little slips of the tongue where it's like, you don't need to say that your house is big to impress somebody who is going into a situation like that. The fact that you just have a house or a space to offer them is what's important. So only somebody who feels the need to brag about his physical things and the things that he has would say, "I've got a big house. Come and stay." Like, people don't need to know the size of your house if you're offering them space.
Sure.
Like, it's just, I don't know, maybe I'm overanalyzing that, but it's just...
Thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate you so much. So I let her stay at mine. A couple of days went by.
So let's keep up with the timeline that he is putting out. So what he's putting out is he's been with her. He's shown lots of signs. He's seen lots of signs of her being vulnerable and in a vulnerable position. And now the girl is living at his house.
Now we've had sex now. We've been together for...
Oh, now that just happened somehow. We'll not draw too much attention to when that happened or anything. Somehow that just happened. It's part of the letting agreement.
About 3 or 4 days. Now we've had sex. We've had sex now. Yeah, we started having sex now.
During the time that you found out she was vulnerable. It's literally an own goal. Like, people, honestly, this talks too much.
So she didn't want to go back to this place, yeah? So I said to her, look, if you don't want to go back to the place, call your people, your housing officer or whatever, and ask them to see if they can maybe move you over to Maidstone or whatever. Now, I spoke to them personally on the phone. They'll have a record of this. The social services will have records of me speaking to them because I had to...
But you don't. So why are you saying it?
Give them a full name, address, everything, and they wanted to check.
Oh, nice, Pecky, man. Have a great holiday.
Check my background as they do, you know, social services. I had to give them all my details. And then they said, yes, she can stay at your house for the next couple of weeks until we find her a place. Yeah? That was a responsibility that I had to accept or not. So I accepted that responsibility of her, allowing her to sleep, stay at my house.
And there's the power dynamic again. There's the power dynamic again of, like, she needs it.
For the next couple of weeks until she got herself sorted. Yeah? So we moved her stuff in my house. We drove there, got all her stuff, moved her stuff into my house. Okay? Everything was fine for the first week or so. It was all...
It is, Katie, right?
Great, no problems. It was just normal life. Yes, we had a bit of a party one night. Yeah.
Whoa, Hannah. You've redeemed Get Fact Free to react. Let's do it. 1 second, I need to see if this will work. Open on here, always.
A hug. I love my kitty cat, yes I do. I love my kitty cat, oh I do.
All animal lovers here. Let's get back to a different potential sort of animal.
Yes, I took a bit of diesel one night and a couple of drinks, and we had that together. It was actually her idea to do this, yeah? But that's irrelevant. Everyone knows I like to party every now and again. It's not...
Oh, God, shut up, Cobra. Let's see. He kind of annoys the fuck out of me.
Oh, it's no secret. If you think I'm a weirdo...
It's no secret. I like to party with younger people.
Because I like to party every now and again, then you can do one. Because, mate, I know hundreds and thousands of people that like to party on weekends.
It's just weird, isn't it? It's just weird. I know hundreds of thousands of people that like to party. What are you even getting at? What's your point? What point are you even making?
And they take niff, they do all kinds of stuff. I don't niff. I'm not a niffer. Yeah, but a lot of people...
Well, what's a niffer? Guys, I'm not, you know. Also, guess what? What, Pecky? What's niffer?
People in here are, all right? You nifheads, you know what I'm talking about, all right? I'm just honest about what I...
Oh, snow. Well, I like to build a snowman. I don't think that's what you're talking
I like to do a nipple. If I go to
a nipple. I like to do a nipple. Becca, thank you for subbing, man. That's 11 months. Thank you so much. I had a party too, but I'm guessing our idea is part of polar opposite. Yes. Say it. Hi, Scotty. Hey, hey.
a party, it's not a regular thing, but if I go to a party maybe once every 6 months and all my mates...
It's not a regular thing, but then why do people say that thing? Honestly, it just cringes so hard. It is a regular thing, though. You just said it was a thing that you ting all the time, and the ting... I don't know. You did just say that you party all the time, and you know hundreds of thousands of people that like to party. I don't get it.
They're dabbling doing this. I might join in. I'm not a party people, all right? That's no secret.
So you've just said you don't do it, but you might join in. This man has lied so much in 2 minutes. It's not a regular ting tang walla walla bing bang. It's not a regular one of them, but he does it all the time, and he knows hundreds of thousands of people who does it. He doesn't do the snow, but you know he's not a party pooper, and he might join in. I can't, like, what?
All right. So we've had a bit of a night, had a laugh, whatever. But she started doing weird things, like she started messaging her baby father. I noticed her always on her phone in that area. It wasn't no big deal.
So, okay, I noticed her on her phone all the time. If you are seeing your partner on their phone and you are having an issue with how much time they are spending on their phone, you are a red flag, my friend. Geeky, thank you so much for the sub, man. That's 13 months. Appreciate you. Been come to it. It's all good. It's all good.
Wait, what? Your phone?
That's red flag behaviour, man. It's red flag behaviour.
But I noticed she started going on the phone and she started answering.
But he's saying it like, you know, it's an assumption that he's making. Oh, she must be doing that. It sounds like jealousy.
On the phone and telling me to be quiet. Can you be quiet, please? I talk on the phone with her. And I'm like, cool, no problem. I'm in my own house. You're asking me to be quiet.
Your house is really big, remember? You got a really big house. So it'd be very easy for you to go into one of your many rooms in your big house and allow somebody to make a phone call. You said they could stay there. This girl is asking you, could you just be quiet while I'm on the phone? And you're making it out like it's the worst thing possible. This is unbelievable. like, it just sounds like you are a nightmare. It just sounds like you're a nightmare. So it's almost like throwing back the offer in the face. It might be an echo thing. You're right.
In my own house while she's talking on the phone. I then realised that she's talking to her baby father. I clocked it. I'm like, oh shit, right, wait a minute. You shouldn't even be talking to him.
You clocked it because you were listening. Like, how does anybody think that this is a good argument? You clocked it because you were listening, because the echo thing around the house. Like,
why are you talking? And then she's like, oh, but I'm scared. I'm scared because if I don't answer the phone, blah, 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 he's going to start some shit and blah, blah, blah. So I thought, okay, let me be understanding of the situation. I don't fully understand her situation, so let me be understanding and allow her to.
Let me fully understand. I don't fully understand, but I'll understand. But I don't fully understand the situation, but I'll try and understand. It's an understanding thing.
Talk on the phone, and I won't say nothing. I'll be quiet in my own house. So,
man's got Blu-rays. Who the hell's watching Blu-rays? It's a bonus features thing. I don't know.
So I did that. Even my cousin looked at me funny, like, what?
I think the head's as empty as the bookcase.
No. You're doing something, like, why would you let her, fuck that? I'd kick
it's all good, don't worry, Sammy.
her out there. You know what I mean? That's my cousin looking at me, but I was just like, no, I'm a nice guy, let me just give her the benefit of the doubt. So I allowed her to.
I have a real problem and a real ick with people who refer to themselves as a nice guy. Like, on behalf of all men, I'm sorry. We all suck, man. Like, genuinely, on behalf of men, sorry. Like, I hate people like this. This is a very, like, it's a horrible attitude, isn't it? he was hearing that ting on the ring ring. I can't.
To do her conversations for a couple of days. After a few days of that, it started to get a bit over the top. Yeah, there was one point when we was in the middle of having intercourse.
Exactly, Gracie.
Yeah, her phone rings.
I allowed her to. Strange language. That's right, Kat.
And she answers the phone while I'm still inside her. While we.
Oh, God. Why are you saying this? That just escalated. Why? Look at his face, though. He looks happy, right? He looks happy with that revelation, sorry. I don't like the way he's looking while he's telling this.
We're doing what we're doing. He goes and answers the baby phone, and it's her baby father, and I'm like looking at her like, what are you doing? Like, and she's like, shh, be quiet, and I'm like,
yeah, he seems proud, man.
I just like, you know what, this is stupid. I just ended up getting off, walked downstairs, and I went downstairs and stayed downstairs for about an hour. She's upstairs.
Stayed downstairs for about an hour. I know what that means.
On the phone for like hour and a half. It pissed me right off, that dude. You know what I mean?
Bring me my tweezers.
I even called her auntie and told her auntie about.
You called her auntie? You told her auntie? You rang her auntie and you were like, just thought I'd let you know while I was ploughing your niece. You're like, what?
About it, and her auntie was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck you doing?
I can't. Why do they think this is good? I don't get it.
Blah, blah, blah. Like, all that stuff. Yeah, she was terrible in that way. But anyway, let's go to a part now where she's been at my house for about a week and a half now, nearly 2 weeks, yeah? So we decided to go to...
I don't know, AK, if I'm honest with you, I haven't got a clue.
Birmingham I was going to see Birdman and also going to see Chelsea in Birmingham, yeah? I already knew Birdman and Chelsea. We're already friends. I've known them for a minute, yeah? So...
And then he was inside a Birdman and DG rang and said he was on his way for a scrap. I'm sorry, like, I can't...
I've gone to Birmingham to do a song with Chelsea, and it's her birthday. It's TT's birthday, her 25th birthday, yeah, on that day. So I felt like, I had to treat her, whatever. And she was so excited about the whole thing. Oh, I'd love to go and see Birdman, and I'd love to go and see Chelsea, because she's a big...
You'd love to go see Birdman. I can't wait. Can I get tickets for the event?
TikToker. She's one of these people that sits on TikTok all day, every day. She watches everyone's lives. She knows everything that goes on TikTok. She doesn't miss a single thing. This TT is relentless with TikTok, I'm telling you, yeah?
They're not shy, no?
So, anyway, she got all starstruck.
It's a relentless thing. It's a Birdman thing.
Starstruck when she met Birdman. She even tried to get Birdman's number and all that. And I was like,
oh.
What the fuck are you doing? That's my boy. Like, chill out.
Birdman's your boy. You only just met him? Yes, Birdman. Fly high, brother. I don't know. What the fuck are you talking about? He's not your brother, you just met him.
You know what I mean? Like,
he's known him a minute. Exactly. It's a ring ting fly thing.
So, anyway, am I right? I don't need to say am I right or wrong to Birdman, because Birdman's sitting here and he's not saying nothing, so I'm obviously right.
He can't get a fucking word in, pal.
So. What I'm saying, okay? So,
no, you've asked us not to interrupt. So
yes, thank you. So obviously Birdman met her and whatever, everything. Birdman saw that she was cool. She was having a good time. She was in a good place. I mean, you got to remember.
The other day, he asked Birdman in the live whether the girl he brought with him looked like she'd been abused. Like, it was just the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. It was like, did she look like she'd been abused when I brought her to you? Like, what? How should somebody look who's been abused? That was the live I wanted to react to, that I thought this was, but it's obviously not, because some of the things that were said there was absolutely disgusting.
But this is two weeks later after I've supposedly raped her. But anyway, let's get to the.
after I supposedly raped her. He just moved on from that. But can people get it in their skull that partners, husbands, whatever, can still rape their partners? Like, we're not living in the 19 whatever the hell, where it used to not be a law for some reason or whatever. Even then it wasn't a law, but it was still taking place. Like, I just...
Going. So we've met Birdman, and then we've gone out and met Chelsea. We've gone out and had some food together, all that. TT then went and started to argue with me in front of Chelsea. I kind of lost my temper a little bit, argued back with her, shouted at her, said a few things. She said a few things that you do when you argue, you know, horrible things. She walked out, stormed out.
Not always, pal. Not always.
Gone off, disappeared, don't know where she is. We've all finished our food, yeah. I've gone outside to look for her, to see where she is. I can't find her. I've walked around the whole square in this thing in Birmingham, this whole square, I don't know where it was, but I couldn't find her anywhere, down any street, anywhere. So I was ringing her phone, finding out she wouldn't answer her phone, no messages, nothing. So we had no choice. We said, fuck this, let's go back to the apartment. So we all went back to the apartment where I'd set up my studio so I could make a chat with Chelsea. So me, Chelsea, and my cousin, Rich Kid, we went back to the apartment together, just the three of us. When we got there, when we got there, I thought, let me send her the postcode. She's not.
What is Birdman drinking? Is that one of those 25p bottles of pop you used to get from the corner shop? I don't know what his point is here. He's going round and round in circles. I think he's justifying that Birdman met them, and even Birdman can say that the one time that he met Kane with this lass, they had an argument and she walked off. Do you know what I mean? Now that's fancy water, is it? I have no idea what they're doing.
Through my messages or nothing. Let me send her, because she's in Birmingham. All of her clothing and stuff is at the apartment with me. I don't even know if she's got train fare to get back home by herself or anything. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me send her the address to the apartment. So I sent her the address to the apartment, whatever. An hour later, she shows up at the apartment. She storms in the bedroom, slams the door behind her, stayed in the bedroom, didn't leave the bedroom. I went in the bedroom about 10 minutes later to say, are you all right? Have you calmed down yet? Blah, 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 whatever. Let's sort this out. Come.
Have we calmed down yet? Making out it's her fault. Like, she had no valid reason for being as upset as she was.
Come on, Chelsea's here. We don't need to argue why Chelsea's here. But she didn't give a shit. She was like still being a moody one. So I left her in the bedroom and came out and I made the song with Chelsea. Yeah. When I left her in the bedroom, I did not lock the bedroom because there was no lock on the bedroom door. There was no way to lock it from the outside. Maybe you could lock it from the inside, but you definitely couldn't lock it from the outside. All right. She had full access to go in and out of that room or the hotel. If she wanted to leave, she could have left and got on a train and went home by herself, whatever.
She was in a strange city on her own with nowhere to stay. So is he now going to make the point that if she wanted to leave him, she could have at any moment, even though they had travelled to Birmingham? And like I say, it's not where she...
But she didn't. She chose to stay there the whole time, yeah? Chelsea can vouch for that, okay?
In her room, by what it sounds like. So she's basically done the bare minimum interaction. She's put herself in her room away from you and is almost waiting this stay out until she can get home.
When she left, yeah, Chelsea left. At the end, she didn't even say bye to Chelsea. Chelsea left and she didn't say bye.
Yeah, probably scared, yeah. Didn't want to come out of the room.
She came out 5 minutes later after Chelsea was gone. When me and my cousin was there by ourselves, we had a few...
I think this woman, 24 or something, but being described as vulnerable as well. I don't know what sort of vulnerabilities.
We were still drinking, smoking a bit of weed and that. Then she comes out, she helps herself to a Maggie and then builds a spliff and then starts trying to act like nothing happened. Like she's all back partying again and that.
But then I hope you're okay with that.
By the end of the night, I ended up in the bedroom with her. I ended up banging her again, you know.
Oh, good God. I don't know why he's telling this story like it's good.
Having sex with her again, what you do, yeah? My cousin knows because he heard it. He heard everything, yeah?
My cousin knows he heard it. He heard everything.
Next day we went back to
That cat just looks like a stuffed cat that Birdman's picked up, I'm not going to lie. What a position for that cat to be in.
Back home. Next day we come back home. Back to London. And so she's meant to be, that night, she said, oh, she's going to go and stay with her friends or whatever. She's going to go stay with her friends for a couple of nights and that, whatever. She hadn't seen her friends for a while. And I'm like, cool, no problem, whatever. Where do you want me to drop you off? So I've dropped her off where she's wanting to drop her off, whatever. And then a day and a half later, she sent me a picture, yeah, of her face a little bit bruised up and a little gash on her eye and that, saying that she'd just been beaten up by her boyfriend. And she's at the hospital. She's in the hospital. Can I come and get her?
I thought he was her boyfriend. I'm so confused.
Yeah. Now I've got the evidence of this as well. I've got all this. I can show you this right now.
Same, Kitty.
Before I go any further, I'm just gonna put it on a thing so you can all see it.
Yeah, Birdman like an evil Bond villain rubbing the cat.
I think I'm gassing.
I think you have been gassing. This is 13 minutes so far, and it's just been him talking the whole time. 13 minutes solid.
What is this?
You know, this is the hospital when she told me to come and pick her up from the hospital. Okay, I don't really want.
Proving that you've been asked to pick somebody up from the hospital doesn't mean that you're a good guy, and the allegations of rape and other things are false. This doesn't prove anything. That'd be like somebody accusing me of something horrible like that, and I went, well, here's a fucking message to say I gave them a lift. I gave them a lift somewhere, so I'm a nice guy, so obviously it couldn't be that. But what?
Come on, look. I'm going to say one thing.
I don't think you should show it. If it's pictures
let me say one thing.
If it's pictures of her, don't show it, Koba.
Okay, cool.
Scotty's walking up.
I won't show it.
Let me say something before he continues, right? Because what you've done is you've come up here and you've said that anyone who speaks about this after this, you're going to call the police while sitting here.
Oh, no. Not again. I'm going to get the police called on me again by another TikTok creator. Right, okay, Cobra. You need to say it's James Hope. It goes by the name The Fact Freak online. You need to ring Northumbria Police. I am from Sunderland. They will know who I am. As many people have done the same reports. So, I'll just let you know that, Cobra, that like most who have rang the police, like BuzzTex and all sorts of different things like that, I am discussing something that is in the public domain and you don't have a leg to stand on. So, for your next track, I suggest you use a violin. And you know what? I won't even hear from the police, Cobra. You'll ring them. They will probably tell you that there's nothing they can do. They'll advise you to come off social media if you don't like it, etc. I won't even know you've done it unless you publicise it, like some creators have. There we go, Lakin. Great point. Ted Bundy was a nice guy who gave women lifts. No one knew the sinister side. Good stuff. Police are sick of calls like this from people like this.
And airing some girl's trauma out, which is not your place. For you to sit here and try and defend yourself.
He makes sense. This makes sense.
Oh,
bro,
Diss track.
You haven't done that.
Bro, let me finish, please.
All of this girl's business from your perspective,
Let me finish,
not
please,
from
bro.
hers. I'm without her right to.
Bro, let me finish, please. That's fine. If she...
He's totally right. He's totally right. I know, Jen. Guy's an absolute wet wipe.
What, if she wants that...
It's a long drive from London to Sunderland. It's a Sunderland thing.
Talking about her.
Listen.
Stick to you.
Listen, I will stick to me, but the problem is, yeah, that I need to say these certain things because you need to understand.
You don't need to. You don't. Literally don't. Like, somebody makes allegations about you, you can just stand on business and say what a load of absolute crap and then just move on. The more attention you give something like this, the more people will talk about it. And the more people will entertain it. And to be fair, you are the reason why solicitors tell people to say no comment in an interview. Because if you if you did a police interview the way you have spoken on this live, you'd have condemned yourself.
And who she is, you understand? And if you don't, if these things, what I'm saying is already out on the FYP already. I'm not saying you now. That's not already out.
Let me stop you there. If you explained yourself and you showed the right character of yourself,
Scotty, let him speak without interrupting him. Yeah,
please, bro.
This is great. The judges are now fighting with each other. Evening.
Because what he's doing right now with the girls in my chat, he's speaking on her trauma. In my chat.
Just let me finish.
Yeah, Courtney, but you know, that's... A lot of people say that, and it's not the case.
Finish, bro.
Look at Tommy No-Neck. Isn't he remanded at the moment for DV and all that sort of stuff?
Keep it about yourself. Defend yourself without speaking about her and her part.
No, just let me finish.
Wait there. I don't think you're understanding. Yeah, hasn't this guy? Isn't he being accused of rape?
Yeah, he has. But there's literally nothing he could put up on social media that would prove his innocence on that sort of charge. Thank you, Emma, for subbing. That's 11 months. Thank you. I'm good, Emily. There's literally nothing he... You know what I mean? Sadly, if somebody was to accuse you of something like that, really, there isn't a lot you could do to prove your innocence. Apart from just saying it's a load of crap, you know what I mean?
Let me get to it, Bob. You said you were going to let me talk about it.
Definitely not some sort of proof that you took someone to a hospital.
Accused of rape or not?
Let me finish.
Let me ask you a question. Have you been accused of rape or not, Koba Kane? What have you been accused of? What are you coming here to plead?
I'm coming here because she's accused me of rape.
Who has brought this accusation onto TikTok?
Yes, she has, yes.
Who has brought the accusation onto TikTok? So why didn't she go to the police? Why did she come
Listen, I would have...
Oh, God. Birdman, don't you be a tit. Don't you be an absolute tit here. Birdman needs to be educated on the prosecution average of cases like this, and so I just the frustration is real.
I would have gladly I'd rather this to have gone to the police, but she's forced me into doing what I'm doing now. I did not want to do this. This is the last...
You still don't have to. You could just say it's a load of rubbish.
Last thing I wanted to do. I hate talking about other people's life and stuff like that.
The thing is, on TikTok, like, people will say things about you, and then people will go, oh, well, if he's not responded, he must be guilty. And then if somebody responds, you'll say, oh, well, his response is terrible, he must be guilty. Even if the person isn't guilty, he's just terrible at responding or talking or doing whatever. Like, you just don't have to mention it. You could have just gone, what a load of absolute rubbish.
But I feel like she's forced me into having to...
What has the relevance of talking about her trauma got to do with this?
Right, so...
Because he's condemning her character, Birdman, to try and make her look out to be a wrong one, and that he's such an upstanding member of the community that he couldn't possibly do that to this wrong one, basically. And that's a defence that a lot of predators use, like I said before. I'm not saying that there's evidence that he's a predator, but there's so many instances, even on stings, where they're stinging pedos, and they go like, oh, well, the kid was all over me in messages or whatever it was. It's the same sort of stuff.
Can I finish now?
What's to do with clearing your name?
Let's get away from her trauma, yeah, and let me just finish the story, yeah?
Yeah.
Just spoke about her trauma for 13 minutes.
All right, cool. So,
all right, cool. Let's move on.
We're back. She's called me to the hospital, obviously, for whatever reason. And when I've got there, I've met her auntie, Sabrina, for the first time.
I hope it wasn't the auntie that you phoned and said, you know, I was in her when this was going on or whatever. Was this a different auntie? I hope she didn't give you her phone number.
I've also met her best friend, Stormy, for the first time. These two wanted to talk to me and get to know me because obviously I've been with their niece or their best friend for a minute. You know what I mean? So they're getting to know me to see who I am or whatever else. We all exchanged numbers and we carried on speaking for the next couple of days or whatever. Cut a long story short, I picked her up from the hospital. She came back to my house, stayed at my house again, even though I knew that
Your big house. Don't forget, it's a big house.
She lied to me because she said she was going to stay at her friend's house, all right? She never said she was going to stay at her baby father's. She said, because she's not allowed to stay at her baby father's because of the conditions of whatever she's got going on. So
that would be her personal stuff again.
She already did a wrong move by doing that and herself whatever for it. So anyway, I've allowed...
Well, if she's doing all these terribly wrong things that you disagree with, why are you with her? Why are you entertaining her? Why are you having her at your house? Why are you sleeping with her? Why are you doing all this stuff?
That situation, and I allowed her to come back to my house.
Oh, how nice of you.
I allowed her to come back to my house again, yeah? Now, you've got to remember this, yeah? I've just met her auntie for the first time and her best friend, yeah? Why is her auntie or her best friend, why are none of them telling me about telling me off about the grape situation?
What?
Or allowing their niece to come back home with me after knowing that I'm supposed to have raped her.
Right, okay. I'll just break this down for you a little bit, egghead, right? So, unfortunately, some women and men are not taken seriously when they tell people about rape, right? Also, one thing that can push family members apart is being overbearing, making demands, saying you can't be around this person or whatever. What family members tend to do is support others and be ready to pick up the pieces if necessary and be there in a heartbeat if the situation changes. They might not want to antagonise. There are so many scenarios where that wouldn't be brought to you directly from those people. That doesn't prove your innocence at all. Thank you, Chris.
Okay, that's one thing you all need to look at. Yeah, I also have messages between me and the auntie, which I can show if I'm allowed to.
Why?
Nothing to do with trauma, all right?
What does it prove?
I can show messages between me and the auntie on the day, the second day, the day that I split up with this girl. Yeah, because...
What does that even prove? Why didn't she get the police involved instead of telling lies on TikTok about... I mean, we don't know if these are lies, Sarah Jane. If I'm honest, we don't know if they're lies, are we? But she should have involved the police. I know that the police can be absolutely useless in cases like this because it's very hard to prove rape charges. But this is where we're at.
No, I ain't finished yet. No questions yet, bro. The day I finished with this girl was 2 days after the hospital situation. 1 second.
Hospital, what was it?
Yeah, exactly, Shazza.
So 2 days after the hospital situation, me and TT was over. Now, the reason why it was over is because I gave her
I wonder what the hospital situation was. I don't... Like, is it something related to this?
Second chance. On the Sunday, I think it was either Sunday, let's say it was Sunday, yeah? So on the Sunday, we've gone out for a meal. She's tried to sweeten me up. I'm going to say this because this is true. She gave me head in the car and everything.
Oh, for God's sake. What? Why? You don't, like... I don't understand why you have to, like... You're just trying to make her... He's trying to make her come off as really... Is it promiscuous? Promiscuous? Like... I don't know. I'm not for slut shaming. Obviously, fucking you do you. But it's that kind of vibe. It's that kind of vibe he's trying to give off, so that it diminishes the rape allegation, basically.
It made me feel good for that day and all that, and we even had a bit of that. We even had a bit of that dizzle left from before. She took that as well on that day. I didn't take none on that day because I didn't want to.
Not on that day. Not on that day. All right.
Koba, we
let me finish. Are you going to let me finish my story or what?
Your story's wild, bro. Wild. Yeah, trying to desensitize our allegations. That's really well put.
Like what Scotty said, though, I have to agree with him. You did say...
It don't matter, bro. You told me to stop talking about trauma. I've done that. Let me finish what I'm saying. All right?
Oh, calm down. I bet you're lovely with a partner if it's that easy to trigger you. Man got triggered very quick.
I've stopped talking about her trauma. I'm talking about what we was doing.
But you talked about a trauma for 13 minutes.
Doing when we was together. So
and now you're talking about her promiscuous stuff to sort of diminish.
Listen, we're going to let you finish, but I hope that you're going to sit here and let me go through all of the questions I've got to ask afterwards.
Just let me finish what I'm saying, innit? And let me show you
afterwards, you're not going to run, right? You're going to let me ask everything I want to ask afterwards, right?
Let me tell you what I've got to tell you, yeah? And it's just that simple. If
you're not afterwards, you're not going to run. You're going to sit here and answer my questions afterwards, right?
Why do I need to run for, bro?
Okay, cool. Go.
I'm going to watch this whole thing. I was going to call it at 8 like normal, but we're going to keep going.
So, anyway, but yeah.
But before anything, you know what I would say though? Let's go.
Befriending family members can also be part of getting them on side so he looks great, part of the grooming process. That's a good point, Shazza.
As well. We have not forced anyone to come into court to talk about this. Our advice would be to talk to the police about this. People have come willing.
Well, then you could just say, bye-bye, let's cut this off, let's not entertain it. Birdman, don't sit there and be like, we do not approve. We do not approve of these discussions. I think that this should be with the police. Continue and tell us about it, please. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Just because somebody comes to your little courtroom doesn't mean that you actually have to entertain the cases. This is why I have an issue with Birdman, who put on Sonny Sweetman on this show once, who's a convicted sex offender, who was on the register, and they allowed him to spin a yarn and spin some BS, and the two of them, at the time, it wasn't Scotty, it was Ben and Birdman, had no idea who he was, didn't know any of his criminal history, hadn't done any research into him. Like, you should not be dealing with things like this. Deal with, like, some TikTok drama, you know, this guy's been a dick about this guy or something like that. Not actual, like, serious allegations and actual legitimate crimes that TikTokers have taken on into your little pretend courtroom. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. It really irritates me. It really irritates me. Wow, Emily, I'm so sorry.
I bought this on the app, right?
Now we got you back here, man. Let's get some blue hearts in the chat.
Scotty.
He wants to clear his name, which is understandable because social media is the court of public opinion, right?
Exactly. So he wants to come up and he wants to have a say. So that's why.
Well, this is the Fact Freak's court of public opinion, and you're hanging yourself.
Probably, yeah. Go on.
Anyway, so basically, the last straw for me was that day when she tried to sweeten me up and all.
The last straw, was that like a day after you were getting in the car, in your own words? Like
that and all that. She was meant to be coming back to my house that day, whatever. She then goes to me, oh, can I stay at my friend's tonight? I'm like, why are you asking me if you can? You know, do what you want to do. She's like, oh, I'm going to stay at so.
Probably asking you because you are possessive and have shown signs in the past that it would be an issue. Either that or the lady is vulnerable, as you've said, and has gone through abuse maybe at the hands of an ex-partner who was possessive. Like, Brain, you're missing one?
Sofas in Dartford, sofas, whatever. And I said to her, cool, no worries. I'll drop you at sofas, but bring me later on about 10 p.m. when you're there to let me know that you're okay. You know, going to Dartford, and I swear that's where your baby father lives, around there somewhere. So just let me know that you're okay and all that.
You notice he's been doxing locations all the way through this as well. It's just being allowed.
So I dropped her off. She went there. 10 o'clock came. I'm ringing her. She's not answering the phone. I'm sending her.
I'm ringing her right now. I'm ringing her. It's a ringing ting right now. See, I've got your next song sorted.
Loads of text messages. She's not answering none of my messages, and I'm getting annoyed. It's been a couple of hours now. It's like 12.
So that's possessive, isn't it? Why do you have to tell me? Why do you have to tell me where you're going? Where are you?
12 o'clock at night. I'm still ringing her. She's still ignoring me. So in my head, I'm thinking, I know she's not her friend. She's gone to her baby father.
It's really weird that he's trying to make out like he's not possessive over it. She could have done whatever. And then he's like flipping his lid because he can't get hold of her.
That's why she's not answering whatever. And then she started saying, oh, I started getting a few replies saying, oh, I'm putting the baby.
Emily, don't put that weight on yourself, man. It took a lot of strength to do what you did, man. And I'm proud of you for what you've done, man.
To bed. I can't answer. I'm putting the baby to bed. Blah. I'm thinking like, what do you mean? All right, cool. You're putting the baby to bed. You can't answer. Fair enough. All right, cool. So I messaged her saying, can you call me after you put the baby to bed?
This is like possessive as hell. This is possessive as hell. Oh, yeah, I am terrible, Jen. I am terrible as well with messages, but still, this is possessive. Like, I don't understand how he thinks that he's justified. Like, he is so warped in his view here that he thinks he's justified enough to say this. And people are going to be like, oh, yeah, it's totally reasonable. It's totally reasonable.
To bed then, please. When you're done, just quickly, or even just send me a message, or even just send me a...
Well, you could have just said, will you drop me a message or drop me a call or whatever it is when you're finished. Hope you do all right, you know, get the bed to bed or whatever.
Screenshot of you chilling with your mate and the baby or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Just so I know.
Well, Louise, it reminds me of mine as well.
That you're there, just to put my mind at ease. No, she wouldn't do that. She refused to do any of that. She wouldn't send me any messages. She wouldn't send me anything whatsoever.
Why should she have to? I know, a screenshot.
Okay, at this point, this is how I knew she was 100% lying. Okay, I then messaged her auntie at the same time.
This is nuts. This is nuts. How does he think this is a good move? She doesn't want anything to do with you, so you're messaging her family members. And he thinks this is, like, a great thing to be doing. Like, nobody should have an issue with this.
Yeah. I messaged her auntie while I was still calling her. And I said to her auntie, what's going on? I said, look, I'm done with her. I don't believe her. She's not...
That's trying to get the auntie on side, so the auntie would then try and convince her to do what he wants.
Sophie, she's definitely with her baby father again. After she's been through whatever, she's back with her baby father now.
And then he's dropping her in it with all this.
This is wrong. Like, I can't work with this. She's just gonna have to get her.
I can't work with this
stuff and whatever. Now, she messages me back straight away and goes to me, "Oh, I'm on the phone to her now." She just answered the phone. Now, I've been trying to ring her for the past nearly 2 hours. She never answered my call, but she answered her auntie's call straight.
Oh, well. Well, sorry. So the person who said they didn't want to have anything to do with you, didn't want to message you, didn't want to answer your calls, didn't answer your call, but answered their family member's phone call straight away. You know, I am shocked. I am absolutely overwhelmed with shock. The absolute audacity of this woman to have answered the phone to her family members and ignored you. Do you know what I mean? That's crazy, Courtney. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Becca, 100%.
Straight away. She said she couldn't answer because she had to be quiet because she's putting the baby to bed and all that. So how can you answer the phone to your auntie, but you can't answer the phone?
Maybe she's already put the baby to bed. Like, not that it matters to you. Maybe she just doesn't want to speak to you. Did you ever think of that, you thick... Oh, I was about to... Calm down, fact freak.
To me. So, and I've got proof of this too, because the auntie sent me a screenshot of her.
How did you not get it? She did not want to speak to you.
On the phone to her, to prove that she answered the phone.
A screenshot to prove that she answered the phone. You must have asked for that. That's not something people would normally do. And
I have the screenshots here as well. I can show you that too. Come in. And
that's not a win that you have those.
That was proof that she was lying. 100.
That's proof that you're a control freak, pal.
100% proof that she was lying to me, that she wasn't where she was. And then even by the end of the night, I said to her, "Look, ring me in the morning with Sophie, yeah, because you can't answer the phone now. So ring me in the morning with Sophie, so I can meet Sophie and say hello to her for the first time ever."
Oh, wouldn't that be a lovely...
It shouldn't be hard for you to do. She was like, yeah.
No, Grace.
Cool, no problem. Next day came, she didn't ring me at all. I was trying to ring her again, blank. She didn't answer me.
Why didn't you just like someone's doing this? Why didn't you just like put her in the bin then? Think like, you know,
I did, bro. I did.
Birdman, are you all right?
Why do you should to allow her, man?
Yeah, bro. Listen, at that point, I put her in. At that point,
What an absolute wet white Birdman is. Do you know what I mean? As an auntie, I would be sending screenshots. I'd be telling them to take a run and jump. 100%. Well, I think Koba said that he just wants to come on and speak. That's it. Like, he's given them terms of how we should be treated on this show, which is, once again, nuts to me.
I was done with her. This is when I said to her, that's it, me and you are done. I'm taking your clothing, all your stuff to the train station. I'm going to leave it there at this time. If you don't...
Oh, that's nice. That's reasonable. That's not at all mental. Do you know what I mean? That's not at all mental or possessive or anything like that, is it? You're going to take all her clothes and dump it at a train station?
I'm a collective, that's your business. I'm done with you. Me and you are over, all right?
You're in touch with all the family members. Can you not get one of them to come and collect the stuff?
You've had your chances. Now, I couldn't just kick her straight out because I had all her stuff in my house and I accepted the responsibility of looking after her.
The responsibility of looking after her? You mean effing her? Like, what are you talking about?
For a few weeks through the social. I'd already accepted that responsibility through them.
The social.
So it wasn't so easy for me to just kick her out.
That'll have just been so they had an address for her. Like, if she moved out, she'd just update the address. Like, what are you talking about? He's acting like he's some sort of hero.
The curb, just like that. Do you know what I mean? Because I've got feelings and I do care about people. I do care. Do you know?
A bit too much, by the sounds of it.
And that's the kind of person I am. And because I care and because I have feelings and stuff like that,
Louise, I agree.
People think that they can walk over me and just take the piss out of me and stuff like that.
Oh, it's this I'm a nice guy, innit? It's that I'm a nice guy. And people just, take advantage. Oh, fuck me. I should have seen that argument coming. Honestly, I've been single for 7, I think. 7. Although I am... No, I'm not saying anything. We'll see. Maybe not for long. Who knows? But yeah. But that's because I just got absolutely fucked over. And, you get into a relationship with a psycho like this, it puts you off for a long time.
Now, do I need to show these screenshots of this Sabrina? And do I need to show the screenshots of what I've just said?
What does right. So look, can I ask a question about these screenshots?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so how are these screenshots of these messages going to determine that you are not capable or she would lie about the incident that she's accusing you of?
Because these screenshots show her auntie, her blood auntie, talking to me and also thanking me for looking after her niece.
That doesn't prove that you didn't... Oh, my God. This man's... Like, is he vulnerable? I don't know, this is really annoying me. Like, how thick?
Okay, but how do you know that the auntie had been told at this point?
Because this is the point, yeah? What kind of person would get...
So you don't? So wait a minute. He was making out that the auntie and the friends knew that she had accused him of raping her. But now he's saying that, well, come on, they must have known. Is that what he's about to say?
Great to not tell their family or not tell someone.
Oh my God, it is. I really can't believe it. I really can't believe it. All this argument where he was saying, oh, the family, why are the family so nice to me if I've apparently raped her? But she hasn't told her family. You're just making some weird assumption that she would have. Jesus Christ.
A lot of people.
Okay, so let's just leave it at that, yeah, because you're going to be on this mad thing. So you're
mad ting. The tings are back. We're gonna ting ting tang walla walla bing bang.
No. I'm a prosecutor. It's my job to question everything you say. That's my job.
After this, if anyone wants to know anything,
are you gonna run?
He's gonna run. He is gonna run.
Are you gonna run? Are you gonna run? I'm gonna segment.
He ran. He was asked one question. He was asked one question that completely folded part of his defence, and he ran. Honestly, man, you couldn't, like, honestly.
You forever, right? This guy done exactly what I fucking knew he'd do. That's why I didn't want to let him fucking talk.
All right, calm down, Scotty. I'm going to get demonetised on YouTube, all right? I don't need all those F-bombs, all right? Christ.
Now, yesterday, when this guy come on, yeah, he said that he was doing a...
I know he spends a lot of time in Turkey. I assume he got his teeth done there as well.
Good fucking deed, yeah? It was all for a good deed because she didn't have nowhere to go and he was a knight in fucking shining armor.
All right, pal, you're just going to have to tone it down a little bit. Like, he's basically said everything I said through the reaction, isn't he? It's hard to trust people. 100%, Greeny. 100%, but I am trying to... I think Cobra comes back in, that's what I want to say. He's back. About here.
But I look just as stupid as he's going to without him being here. Let's be real, yeah? Now, he wanted to say, yeah, that she looked
one second. One second.
Are you back now?
1 second.
Yeah, I'm back because...
I thought he went to change his T-shirt or something, but no, he's wearing the same T-shirt. I was like, has he been to have a costume change?
Because you lot think that I'm a runner. Well, I'm not a runner, bro.
You just ran. The fuck is it? You guys, I'm back because you guys think I run off, and I'm not a runner. You just ran. Oh my God, I cannot deal with the amount of bullshit this guy says. Do you know what I mean? What do you mean, Emily? What do you mean?
You are a runner, you just ran!
I didn't read out any of your chat comments. The chat does go, but I can hide the chat, don't worry.
Right, a prosecutor, no shouting, calm in this court. I will have, calm, everybody be calm.
What is going on? I'm really confused. The X is on you. Which X? Emily, I'll hide the chat. Is that okay? This'll go up though, edited. This'll go up, but the chat box will be cut out.
I'm in this courtroom, otherwise you'll end up disconnecting again. So let's talk calmly, yeah?
No, it's no problem, Emily.
Proceed, calm manner.
Koba, are you ready to like answer me and sit there and listen to everything I've got to say like I just did for you, or no?
But prosecutor, I'm gonna.
Not a pain. Absolutely not.
Prosecutor, ask him in a calm manner, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm sensible, and I feel like.
I always put the chat on because when people watch it on YouTube, it sounds like I'm just talking to myself. So I started putting the chat on so people knew who I was talking to.
You're not trying to fucking manipulate, man. Then cool. Let's go.
Listen.
To be fair, I don't think this will go on YouTube because there's too much. It's too graphic.
I'm here to keep. I'm here to keep it neutral, Koba. I'm not taking any. He's got a prosecute, and I'm here to keep it neutral. Yeah.
Right.
Birdman, get that mic away from your fucking mouth. What are you doing? What are you doing? Fucking shut up. I bet that sounded horrible. I'm so sorry. Blame Birdman.
Koba, yesterday, or the day when you come on the court last time, you said that your reason for wanting to meet her, for her staying with you, is because you knew her housing situation and you was trying to do a good deed. It was nothing to do with cheating.
Thanks, Lola. Did, yeah, sorry.
Today you come in and you said initially the only thing you wanted to do is cheat, and you didn't find out into our housing situation until a couple of days in, which completely contradicts your last story, which we've got the whole stream recorded off.
This is why I don't want to talk to this guy, because this guy's full.
Why? Because he hits you with facts.
The shit, that's not what
Oh, right, because I bring facts and show you how you're lying.
Okay, one at a time, lads. Who's talking?
Birdman, you suck.
Let him finish. Let him finish, Koba.
Birdman, you suck. Putting the microphone closer to your mouth doesn't give you any more control. You have zero control here.
Let him finish first.
Talking. The way you described it there was not the way how I explained it. And if that's the way you took it, that's how you took it. But that's
exactly what.
Oh, Cobra's getting gaslighting as well, isn't he? He's gaslighting Koba. Cobra, I don't know what the hell to call the twat. He's gaslighting. If that's the way you took it, if that's the way you understood it, that's your problem.
Listen, I'm a post.
Yeah, typical not behaviour, very affected, and you can see how that would, you know, how that would play out in a relationship with somebody like that.
I'll post both of these quotes, and everyone will see it for themselves. I'm not a vulnerable girl. You can't manipulate me, bro.
When I first met
not a vulnerable girl. You're not going to do what you normally do. You're not going to do whatever you're used to doing. You can't do with
intentions of both of us.
Whatever you're used to.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Prosecutor, listen, Scotty. You know what? One second, Scott. 1 second. Okay, Koba. Okay, I know what. Okay, 1 second. You know what? 1 second. You know what? Yeah. You know what, Scotty? We brought him in yesterday. We brought all the charges to him. We cross-examined him on everything, yeah? He said today he wanted to come and just have his say in it. He's done that. But bro, to be honest with you, I don't feel comfortable.
Birdman needs to sort his mic out so much. He's off to calling Andy.
I didn't even want this in my courtroom, really. It's such a serious...
So why did you do it then? You didn't have to? This is really irritating.
Your Honour, I'm not being funny. If you didn't want it to continue, you should have stopped it when he started to talk about the trauma.
Yes.
The fact that he's been allowed to sit here and go through the whole thing and not have me question him back on it, I don't agree with that.
I think that we should bring the girl TT in.
100%. I'm happy.
No, we should not. No, we should not. Let's get a fucking potential victim of rape onto a bloody courtroom for TikTok. I'm sorry.
But you know what? Bring her in and she can rip his story apart then.
Yeah. I think that we should have both people in. If they brought it to the app, then you know.
But he said he would sit there and let me ask all these questions.
Not me.
No, it just looks like you're taking this too personal, prosecutor. That's why.
It does, doesn't it? Like what? Why?
Yeah.
Well, of course, because
I'm gonna be honest. It looks like you're taking it too personal.
I can't talk to this guy.
You know what?
Yeah, because you know what? At the end of the day, no.
Birdman, very soon you're gonna have that mic inserted somewhere where nobody will have to hear. Actually, probably. Oh God. Nobody wants to hear that at the volume of this.
It's a very serious accusation. It's a very serious accusation to accuse.
Narrative. Look at him now.
Who?
Look at him now. Do you know what you're giving? You're giving R. Kelly.
These messages prove nothing.
Vibes, bro. R. Kelly vibes. I don't care how many.
R. Kelly vibes. Scotty.
Say it. R. Kelly vibes. R. Kelly vibes.
You know what?
Kelly vibes, bro.
Hey,
Koba Kelly. I'm gonna say it. Koba Kelly, bro.
Koba Kelly.
Koba Kelly. 100% Koba Kelly.
What? Because I'm telling you the truth.
Koba Kelly, bro.
What? Because I'm telling you the truth.
Koba Kelly. Koba Kelly. You're shook to have the conversation because you are a predator.
Of course he turns to the violence. Now people are going to be rolling up and all sorts.
You're a predator.
When I meet this guy, I'll slap the shit out of him.
Yeah, I bet you will.
Come on, big man. Come, big man.
You're going to get a flight to Turkey? Scott, he's always in Turkey.
You're a predator.
Yo,
predator.
Come meet me then, innit?
Koba Kelly. Predator. Koba Kelly.
Come and meet me if you think I'm that guy.
Come Turkey then. Come Turkey. Come Turkey.
You're a puss, yo. You know what I'm
saying? Oh, because I live in a different country.
Get this guy off this thing, bro.
Koba Kelly.
I'm never coming in your courtroom again, bro.
Bye.
I'm clear to you. I'm coming in and I'll be normal.
Shame. What a shame. You've done nothing but come in here and control the whole narrative, telling us we have to listen to you, not allowing us to ask you no questions. You can come in here and control this whole thing.
Birdman, you are doing really well here. Really, really well. Really well.
I don't agree with this. I do not agree with this, because why is Tommy not getting the same energy? Why is JC not getting the same energy? This is some fake shit.
Why is Birdman sticking up for Cobra? And every person he's mentioned there should all be getting the same energy, yes. But you can't always cover everybody, can you? You know what I mean? Stick to your tropical birds, pal.
I do not agree with this.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Scotty. Dude, I don't agree with this shit. This is pick and choose. This is pick and choose.
Is this why Scotty said he's not going to do TikTok court anymore? I back his decision and good on him for standing on business. That's not his beliefs, and he's out.
Tommy, this.
I respect that. I respect that 100%. Truly.
This is pick and choose. I do not agree with this shit. You cannot do this to one person. I don't agree with you airing out
Birdman. Like, what's he doing?
her things, but I don't agree with like.
Yeah, but the people you mentioned are not sitting in your courtroom.
Basically calling somebody a rapist. You know what? I'm gonna be.
He didn't call him a rapist. He said that the evidence that he was providing didn't prove that he wasn't, which it doesn't.
Real. I do not get manipulated by the
Birdman
chat, and that is wrong. And I do not appreciate the prosecutor doing that as well. To be fair with you.
This is the way, bro. And look, let's keep it real, yeah. Fucking.
But I do not agree with you as well, tarnishing her character.
All right.
You only came in here to clear your name.
I'm just looking at his message. What I find, it costs too much to post it, then she can pay the post, or I can just leave it at Maidstone Station.
But you know what, bro? I'm not going to be fake and go by the comments. If the prosecutor is going to do that and leave like that, then he will no longer be my prosecutor. Because I don't agree. Taking shit personal and acting out of...
Does Birdman know how a courtroom works? Like a judge, if he's the judge, is that what Birdman's supposed to be, the judge? Well, the judge doesn't work for the prosecution. You tit. The judge doesn't work for the prosecution, the judge works for the courtroom. He doesn't work with the prosecutor, he doesn't work with the defence. He works with keeping the court in order and making sure the rules are followed within the court. He is an unbiased member. He's not your prosecutor. like, genuinely, he has no idea what goes on in a courtroom. He listens to the evidence as a whole. Exactly. I'm not going to react to any more of this. I've had enough of it. Cobra, that didn't really prove anything. If anything, it just proved your character, and your character is sus as shit. And that's putting it politely. That's putting it really politely. Right, I'm going to go, guys. Thanks for hanging out over on Twitch with me, and I'll be back tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Who knows what we'll be reacting to. Catch you then. Peace.